Arriving in the swampy capital city of Zarbanzet, in the western province of Hawazar, we find the town, an outpost of soldiers of the Zakarum faith. Near the center of town, we locate our motley crew of adventurers banded together in efforts of tracking down Lilith's right hand, the seemingly immortal Elias.
You were a student of Elias's, Thaisa?
I was hunting Elias. Pretending to study with him was useful to me.
We then query Thaisa, how are we going to stop Elias?
We must break his hold on immortality. He cannot continue to escape his judgment.
Yes, and without Elias we may have more success against Lilith. Where do we start?
Seek out Timoe in the marshes. She traded with the power in the swamp and received long life. She may have the answer to killing Elias for good.
Neyrel and I will start looking for her.
What about Donan?
He has his hands full with the Soul Stone. A heavy burden to bear alone. Might be wise to offer him assistance.
Turning to Thaisa, we ask, who is Timoe?
An old acquaintance who has lived in this place for countless years. She taught me much about the swamp and its power, though that was a long time ago. She might try to turn you away. Do not let her.
And what do you know of Zarbanzet?
It is a town at the edge of Hawazar, forever between Sanctuary's power and the swamps.
But Hawazar is a part of Sanctuary, yes?
Ah, is it?
Confused, we dutifully seek out Donan to join the party, finding him by a Zakarum priest up some stairs, asking, will you journey with Lorith and Neyrel into the swamp? They're on the trail of Elias.
I think not. I have to take care of the Soul Stone. Lorith will be fine alone. Northeast of here is a Zakarum keep. We know hatred has a strong presence there. Perhaps we can use it to prepare the Soul Stone to trap Lilith. I could use your assistance, if you're able.
With our path divided, we regard the stout man and notice, I see you're wearing your Herodric amulet now.
It doesn't have sharp edges like that cathedral pendant. That's a benefit. Makes me think I shouldn't have taken it off in the first place.
Tell me, what happened between you and Lorith?
If you asked him, he'd say I abandoned the Horadrim's ways. But all I wanted was to broaden our horizons. Forge new allies with the cathedral. Start a family of my own. The thing about Lorith, it's hard for him to get close to people. And even harder to let them go.
Coincidentally, if we had probed Lorith earlier about his relationship with Donan, we can ask, were you and Donan friends?
Friends? Did he tell you that? If he thinks so, you should ask him what happened. I don't care anymore.
It seems you still care.
I'm starting to think taking you on this journey was a mistake.
Choosing to first aid Donan with preparing his soul stone by attuning it to the power of hatred. We meet him deep in the swamps to the east, where we find he has made camp out front of the ruins of Rakat Keep, and he greets.
Do you feel that? Mephisto's touch is heavy here. All that hatred. It's just what we need to attune the soul stone, to make it ready for Lilith. I'm too old to climb, but you can get in and open the portcullis.
Before we climb the hazardous crumbling walls, we inquire, where are we?
The fitful resting place of a Zakarum leader pursued by Mephisto. A group of holy paladins built the keep and entombed the body within. Looks abandoned now, though.
Looks abandoned being the key word. By the way, Thaisa said something strange, that Hawazar isn't part of Sanctuary.
Did she? She could be right. Even the air feels laden with an otherworldly sort of magic.
With that obscure assertion, we deem Donan's assessment wholly accurate. The air has a strange quality to it, though we don't get to explore this thought much further, as the interred dead paladin skeletons rise up to meet us. As promised, we locate the gate of the keep shut tightly to the inner court. Skirting the outer rim, we find a toppled statue to one paladin of note, Marshal Carthus, who is the canonical paladin of Diablo 2, and I have explored his quest extensively in a standalone video, which will be in the end cards of this lore play. Post-scaling the treacherous walls of the keep, filled with undead paladin defenders, we find, as promised, a gate winch that we raise. Once opened, Donan meets us and exclaims,
"You're finally back. Hurry, everything here makes my skin crawl."
Following Donan to the entry, we see extravagant tapestries depicting Sankakur becoming Mephisto's host, and the Lord of Hatred's subsequent defeat at the hands of the Paladin. However, we do not dally, as we hear a bone-chilling howl in the distance.
Do you hear that? How strange. Are there wolves in Hawazar?
Donan then trudges inside the foul undercrypts, and we hesitantly follow behind. Inside, we're met with mountains of bones, and Donan remarks,
It feels worse here somehow. This must be the place.
Following a pair of rats down some stairs, our path is barred by ancient paladin protectors of the tomb. Ostensibly, they still work in the service of the light. However, it seems they've been twisted to serve hate in a mockery of their former allegiance in life. After putting down the leader of the Re-Risen, Donan then admits,
I haven't fought much since I was a young man. I've lost the grit for it.
Seeing no glyph on the door to Sankakur's tomb, we opt to use brute force to bash it in tandem. In the center of the Black Tomb, we locate Sankakur's obsidian casket that, after all these years, still emanates hate and menace.
Whatever else is here, hatred persists. Strong enough to attune the Soul Stone. Creation dan tenis beri dis tom hiklimon. Damn it! What's wrong with it?
The Herodrim, perplexed with his failed incantation, is aghast to see a manifestation of hate climb its way out of the tomb, enraged at our intrusion. With the foul fiend felled, we see Donan slumped over in check. Did it work?
Come on. Come on, you old fool. What's wrong with it? Why won't... Oh no. This is worse than I thought. It must have been damaged when you're in... Astaroth.
Do you know how to repair it?
We'll need rare materials. Quicksilver to start. And tools. Alchemical tools. There's a village near here. We'll see if they have what we need. Meet me there when you can.
Nestled atop a hilltop above the virulent Bloodpox Basin, we meet Donan, as instructed, in the nearby village of Wedgenhani, finding him probing the locals for ingredients to fix the damaged Soul Stone.
I'll say it once more. Whatever it is you're looking for, we don't have.
We then ask, is there a problem?
Town doesn't seem to have anything that we need.
We're a village in the middle of a swamp.
There must be something. I can feel the magic in this swamp, and where there is magic, there are users of magic.
If a witch is what you want, go to the tower then. Fire's lit, she's home.
Sounds as though we go to meet a witch of the swamp. Be on guard.
Locating the nearby rumored ruined tower, we cautiously open the large doors and discover a surprisingly familiar face.
Thaisa? You're the witch in the tower?
Horadrim, I thought you journeyed to the keep.
Yes, well...
Cutting to the point, we explain. Thaisa, we need your help repairing the Soul Stone.
And why would I help you?
Well, we all want Elias dead.
We do. But fixing the Soul Stone, that is about Lilith, and she does not concern me.
I don't need much, just Quicksilver and the tools you have there.
Such small asks rarely remain so. Surely you must know this. But you did help me survive Andaril's summoning. So, my tools are yours. You will have to go to Valtha for Quicksilver, though. Find her, and she will give you what you need.
Before searching for this Witch of the Wastes, we speak to our current allies, asking Donan, how do you feel about repairing the Soul Stone now?
The Horadrim have studied the Soul Stone for generations. I have studied it for more than 20 years. But there aren't enough books in Sanctuary to contain what we don't know about it. It will take a miracle. But that's what you expect from me, isn't it?
What do you think of Thaisa?
Well...
Yes, Horadrim. What do you think of me?
I've been... My life has kept me in Scott's Glen for many years now. I haven't met anyone like her, you, since before my son was born. Strange as it may sound, you remind me of what it was like to be young, to adventure.
To encounter danger?
To believe I can defeat it.
Look, I didn't say it before, but I'm sorry about Yoren.
Yes. Yes, I am too. If I had ridden to Lorith and stayed in Eldheim. If I raised Yoren to be a scholar rather than a soldier. It doesn't matter.
We then ask Thaisa, who exactly is this Valtha?
Sister in trade and service. But don't think that we are your witches from folktales. Valtha is no potion dealer. Tread lightly with her.
We were surprised to see you here. Why have you returned to Wedgenhani?
Because I have chosen to. You will make Elias mortal. I will be there to collect his debt.
Exiting the Witch's Tower, we begin our hunt deep in the cinder wastes to the east. Finding Valtha's hovel is infected with demonic taint as the ashen countryside is accompanied by roaming, burning dead. Disposing of the scorched skeletons, we see a body hanging out front of the hovel and hope it's not that of the witch. Scrounging around her empty abode, we see, outside of the main piles of bones, a nearby spellbook on a desk that reads, "The prophecy lives in my dreams. Sanctuary falls, and I along with it. But Elias says there is another path, Lilith. I feel a connection with her, deep in my bones. I know she is the answer." Cursing that we're too late, we see further proof of the crone's corruption in her manifesto stating, "What my sisters do not understand is that we have more in common with Lilith than that with her enemies. The tree may exist outside of the eternal conflict, but we don't. Our survival lies with the Mother of Sanctuary." Searching for the Quicksilver in her volatile cauldron, we instead find it simply reeks of demonic fire, sulfur ash, and blood. Leaving empty-handed, we're intercepted by the witch.
Do you have a habit of snooping around other people's homes?
Hands up in supplication, we explain. "Valtha, Thaisa sent me to get your help."
Thaisa, has unknowingly sent you to your death. In the end, she will see the foolishness of her pursuit of Elias, and she will know that Lilith is our future.
We soon learn why she chose this fiery pit as her home. Without hesitation, the hag flings fireballs at us, making meteors rain from the very sky, extinguishing the witch's flame, she recalls.
Like in a dream.
And we pluck the purified quicksilver of her remains. Making haste back to the others as night falls, Donan then welcomes.
Ah, you're back. Place the purified quicksilver in that bowl on the table.
Before beginning the ceremony, we ask of Thaisa, how has Donan been?
Even more restless than before. He's lost a son, and inside his grief chips at him every moment he refuses to face it. And how was my sister?
Valther chose Lilith over your friendship. Elias convinced her to join him.
That can't be. She would have known not to trust Elias.
It wasn't Elias that seduced her, but Lilith. She found her ideals convincing.
Valther was my teacher. She guided me when I first began my service. This is...
Difficult to believe, I know. I've seen my allies throw their lot in with Lilith. People I thought were stronger than that. But that is why we must press on and mend the stone so no one else will fall to her lies. First off, the quicksilver. Mix some of it into the pot.
Hoping Donan is up for the task, we begin following his instructions.
Raise the flame. Turn the wheel twice. Or is it 3 times? Give it another turn. The sulfur. Grind it in the mortar. Shah shil yu kilnim. Shah shil yu kilnim. Shah shil yu kilnim. No, it's not working. Ah!
Speak to me outside.
I told you. I told you. I'm not the man you want or need.
Thaisa then confides in us.
He is not up to the task.
What can we do?
I suspect he no longer trusts himself. We cannot erase all his doubt, but his most recent grief, his son, there is a way. He won't enjoy it, though.
Why help him? You could simply leave us to our fates.
Everyone needs a reminder every now and then that you can defeat danger. You only have to try. Horadrim, come here.
What? Why?
I want to take you somewhere. A place of old power in this swamp. I think it will do you some good.
With Donan's mind being made whole seemingly the key to the incantation, we do not pretend to fully understand Thaisa's intent, yet obediently accompany the two to the hungering swamps.
Why do we go to this place? There's nothing left for me to do. Can't you see that? Let me return.
Return? Return where? No, Haradrim. You will remain with us. There is still more to do.
Locating the entrance to the Hungering Swamp, we discover it is a ritual ground, and approaching a ramshackle hut in its center, the mage Donan perks up.
Light. Do you feel that? The swamp's magic is more potent here.
We then ask of Thaisa as she leans over her cauldron. Thaisa, what are we doing here?
Valtha brought me to this place when I was younger. Here, you can face your demons, whether they be fear or grief.
Who is... No. No, I've had enough of this.
And what will you do instead? Nothing in this swamp is free, Haradrim. Not even your magic. Whatever logic you think will win the day, you are mistaken. Where is your sense of adventure? Huh? Not buried in your youth, is it? Go outside and make an offering to the swamp. A ring, a necklace, something you hold dear. While you do, our friend here will collect 2 things, maggot ichor and yellow lotus.
This is foolish.
With Donan sulking as he saunters into the swamp, we inquire of Thaisa, will you make an offering too?
Not today, but a time will come when I must shed the unrest that plagues me.
Were you very close to Valtha?
Valtha forged me into the witch I am. I struggle with her death. I understand why she saw a future in Lilith. The mother of Sanctuary isn't so different from the witches of Hawazar. But I won't ever shirk my duty in bringing Elias to justice. That is the part of Valtha I will never understand.
Ambling into the menacing marshes, we cut a swath through all manner of wretched wildlife, including the humanoid swamp spawns to the northwest that guard the Yellow Lotus. And to the southwest, we discover the grubby lair of a maggot queen. Furious, we dispatched her brood like chaff before the wind. We then scoop up the maggoty queen's ichor, and are immediately glad it is Donan who has been tasked to drink the vile, bile-like brew. Returning to the ritual site, Thaisa instructs.
Good. Make haste. The Haradrim tires of waiting. Set the swamp's gift in the pot to brew a tea.
I simply think this is a waste of your time and mine.
Do you see the braziers? Light each of them. Then we will drink the tea and wait.
Lighting each of the fires, we can then begin the ritual.
Wait for what?
For the swamp to call out to your soul and draw what festers from you, like poison from a wound.
Oh no! They're coming!
Father, I will. Don't worry. Father.
Yorin? My son? How is it possible? My son. Please come back to me. Come back. I shouldn't have let you go. I should have said no. I should have kept you with me at all time.
Why did you let me go?
I don't know. The look on your face. You were ready. You needed to go.
I did. And I do again.
Stop! Just...
Father, I'm ready.
Mephisto. What does that fiend want from me? Now of all times.
Finding ourselves in another twisted vision of the bloodied wolf, aka Mephisto, who greets.
Didn't I warn you? The Horadrim would only hold you back. Look at them. So consumed by their emotions that they forget what really matters. Lilith is the true threat, not Elias.
I know why you're so afraid of her.
My fate is tied to yours. If she devours me, Sanctuary is lost. But you still have a chance to stop her. What if I opened a portal for you out of this swamp? Let the Horadrim deal with Elias. He is their sin to bear. You and I can work together to stop Lilith.
I know who my real allies are. My friends. Take me back to them.
The day of reckoning will come, and your true friends will be revealed. Now, take the portal back to your allies.
Tired of Mephisto's games, we inform. The Horadrim aren't the only ones trying to stop Lilith, you know.
I wouldn't put your hope in Inarius, if that's who you mean. The angel was my prisoner. I have seen his true face. He and Lilith are not as different as you might think.
What do you mean Inarius and Lilith are not so different?
The angel was already filled with hate when he became my prisoner. All I did was refine his anger. When he escaped back to your world, he brought it with him.
Turning our back on the wolf to leave, he arrogantly muses.
If Lilith prevails, you'll only have yourself to blame.
Seeing through the wolf's bravado, it seems like the Lord of Hatred has just as much to lose as us, despite his monuments to his own grandeur. Exiting the portal, we find we're back at the ruined tower and find Thaisa and Donan querying, how is he?
I don't know yet. He wandered around for hours until the tea wore off. A long journey through the swamp is more rewarding than a short one. Yours was even longer, it seems. Did you face your inner demons, as the Horadrim did?
Yes. Hopefully for the last time.
We then discover Donan working furiously, and he declares with renewed vigor,
Let us begin. Mix the quicksilver in the pot. and the fire. Turn the wheel twice. No more, no less. Now grind the sulfur. Carefully. Mallet! Kill him. Sulfur! Careful. Now stand back.
Is it done?
Was it so easy then?
You have no idea the toll of such a thing. No idea what one must face, overcome to perform this act of magic.
Perhaps not. But still...
Enough. It is done. Let us not tarry.
Yes. We have our task at Zakarum Keep. Let's finish this.
In the serpent-infested southeastern swamps of the Dark Dross, we catch up to Nayrel and Lorith, who complains.
Oh, what a lonesome place to come seeking knowledge.
He must have thought he had no choice.
Neither do we.
We then inquire, any luck finding Timaway?
Another set of eyes, at last. We've been searching for Timaway with little success.
Slaughtering the many slithering snakes, Nayrel questions.
Do you think Elias knew Thaisa before she went to his palace?
I don't know, Nayrel.
What do you know?
Many things I wish I didn't.
When arriving at the gate of Timaway's hovel, nestled in a southern nook, we inform Lorith before stepping inside. There's something you should know. Donan's ritual, it failed. The Soul Stone was damaged, but luckily he has repaired it.
I never doubted his mastery of the stone. It's his state of mind I'm worried about. He'll need my help for his next go at the ritual.
Keeping our mind at the task in hand, we enter Timaway's abode and she evaluates.
Only two kinds of people come looking for old Timaway. Those running away from trouble, and those running toward it. Which kind are you, I wonder?
Dispensing with pleasantries, we inform, we're hunting a man named Elias.
Never heard of him.
We think Elias made a pact with the swamp to become immortal. Thaisa said you could help, but...
Thaisa. Only she would be cold-hearted enough to send a child to die out here.
We've no intention of dying.
One of you will. That's the way it always ends. Go back where you came from. I won't have a child's blood on my hands.
I saw my mother possessed by Lilith. Driven so mad, it killed her. I'm not a child anymore.
So be it. If this Elias made a pact, it was with the Tree of Whispers. There are many paths to reach it, but the nearest is in Ingovani.
A sacred incense is kept in the temple there. Retrieve it, and your path to the tree begins.
Go to Ngavani. Nerel and I will see if we can get some more information out of Timue.
Before leaving for this Tree of Whispers, that we ourselves had only heard whispered rumors of its dangerous existence, we interrogate Timue, probing. Thaisa said you had traded with the swamp for long life. How?
Yes. I was infected with the swamp's poison, and I made a pact with the tree out of fear. So now I give it knowledge, and in exchange it keeps me one step away from the grave. I wish it would just let me go. But a pact made cannot be broken.
Sounds like bartering with this tree has dire consequences. How does Thaisa know you in all of this?
She was like you once, standing here in my hut, asking to be set on the path. And you will be like her, taking the answers you need and never looking back.
And what is so important about this temple?
The swamp nests in the roots of the Tree of Whispers. This is how each path begins. The temple at Ingovani rests on one route, but it is no less or more important than any other route.
Left to mull on Timue's riddles, we locate to the northwest the remains of the town of Ingovani, now infested with serpent cultists and their kin. We find a shrine to Lilith and realize her influence too is present in the swamp. To the west, we spy a shrine to a three-headed snake and cast our mind back to a similar shrine we'd found in Elias' study in the Palace of Gulran. Nearby is a large circular engraved stone door, and we reflect.
The door bears an image of a snake. Her eyes are missing. Perhaps returning them here is the key to opening the way.
Indeed, our instincts prove correct as we happen upon a thieves' encampment to the north, overrun by various serpents. Too late to stop a dying bandit's poison taking his life, we ask, what happened here?
The villagers, those fools. They wouldn't listen when we demanded the gems to open the temple. Death found them. It's the way of things. But I hear them still, their warnings. 4 of us are dead now. And I am soon to follow.
Plucking the ruby left eye off the introspective bandit's fresh remains, we begin our hunt for the right eye. It's below the morass of misery. We stumble into the site of a destroyed serpent shrine. With cultists devoured, we cannot help but wonder if their serpentine masters simply decided they were best used as sustenance. As we retrieve the topaz gem off his corpse, Nagari serpents attempt to defend their treasure, snakelets in comparison to their colossal kin. With both gems in our possession, we race back to the serpent door, placing each in their socket. Searching the slithering dark, we find the muddy cavern mostly empty, save for the odd Nagari and plague swarms, the moisture making a formidable breeding ground. However, deep in the cave system, cultists begin to spring forth, protecting something no doubt of value, and we unearth a nest of sorts, filled with snake eggs and great treasure, and we declare,
This must be it.
Opening an incense box neath another three-headed snake statue, we're immediately stunned, and a terrible snake queen, Molon, erupts from the ground like a force of nature, spewing vile venom in our direction. And as we dodge streams, we haphazardly disturb her brood as they too burst forth from their eggs to quell our intrusion. Infuriated at the death of her offspring, Molon viciously whips a meaty barbed tail, sending us hurtling backwards against the wall. The final dastardly trick is to summon hypnotic orbs to stun us. As a summoned spawn attempt to curry favor with their mother and attack us in unison. We then summon the remainder of our fleeting strength to project a wave of blood that sends the snake sprawling. We then retrieve her mystic incense. The strong, earthy scent clings to the back of our throat and makes our heads swim. Departing the putrid pothole, Neyrelle and Lorth stand out front, and we think back to Elias' statue of Molon asking the Horadrim, "Why do you think Elias sought immortality in the first place?"
The ritual to summon Lilith would have been demanding. Perhaps he was afraid he wouldn't survive it. And I'm sure he expected to make enemies along the way.
Then he is cunning as he is ruthless. On the plus side, I think we have what we need.
Good, you found the incense. I'll keep it safe for us.
While you were gone, Timur warmed up to us. Well, to Lorath. He's surprisingly nimble with old women.
Neyrelle?
She says there's an altar. That's what the incense is for. It's not far from here.
Catching up to the duo in the misshapen labyrinth to the northeast, they discuss confused.
But why did Tyrael believe the Horadrim would be a solution?
We weren't a solution, we are... The world needs protectors.
Confused, we then ask, what do we do now?
The incense should provide us with the path to the tree. What sort of path, I can't say.
I can say that the time for questions, Neyrelle, has passed.
To the north, we find an ambush awaiting us at an altar.
Damn, they must have tracked our scent. When you're ready, light the incense.
Under the auspices of twin snakes, we light the incense, and everything becomes hazy.
What now?
We wait for the path to appear.
Come on. Wake up. I think it worked.
How long were we out?
I don't know. But I see something.
Following the giant serpent as it cuts a swath through the fanged marsh, Neyrelle marvels.
This creature... it's magnificent. I can see myself in the scales, walking on them like a path through the swamp. The serpent is the path.
Serpent? What are you talking about?
You don't see it?
No. Only a cloud of smoke.
Oh.
As we trail the snake's path, Loreth exclaims.
Bloody hell. I see the serpent now.
What do the scales show you?
A deer caught in a trap.
Watch out!
We need to find a way forward.
Oh, there's an opening beneath the serpent, just big enough for me. I think it wants me to go through.
Don't be ridiculous.
We must follow the path.
Is this dream snake helping us, or did it corral us here?
Following the snake into the venom-drenched path, Nerel pauses, and we check. Is something wrong?
Can you feel it? The swamp is watching us, whispering to us.
It's the incense, playing with our heads, just an illusion.
He hears us, just as you do, Wanderer.
The old man is full of secrets like our thief, Elias. Birds of a feather. Perhaps that is what we need.
To the east, the snake's body bars our path once again, and Nerel cleverly discerns.
There's no way through this time. Oh, it's wounded though. Or is it telling us to wound it?
Look at that! Look at that! Ruthless, flippant.
How many ruthless Horadrim hang from our branches? Not enough.
So many come seeking answers. So many fail. Will you die like these souls, with a question still on your lips?
Shut up, shut up. You aren't real.
We are real. And so is the Lord of the Swamp.
To get the answers you seek, you must offer payment. A head for knowledge.
Not yet. They have another purpose first.
The voices, seemingly in need of us, have the snake remove itself from our path.
I know you heard the voices that time. Who are they?
I don't know. We can't trust anything here, but we need to press on.
Following the path revealed by the snake, we locate, at the end of the swamp, a great tree of hanging heads. And Nerel questions.
Is that...
The Tree of Whispers.
Why have you come?
Why have you come?
We're after a man named Elias.
Elias. Slippery, that one. Use the tree. It deals in thoughts and insight in exchange for a head. He is the first of us to escape payment.
Will you tell us what you told him? If we can stop him for good, the tree can finally collect.
He sought the way to summon Lilith, but he made another stop on the way. To a place beyond the tree's sight.
That might explain his hardiness. I've damn near lost count of how many times we've killed him.
So that's why Thaisa failed so dismally to reclaim his head.
This place Elias stopped at. How can we get there?
Seek a coffin beyond the wrecks. It will take you where you must go. Find out what secrets linger there. For the tree knows not.
With the tree only hinting at our final destination, we ask of Lorith, where do we go from here?
If there are wrecks to search, they'll be on the eastern coast. We'll head there now. Meet us when you can.
Guided by the Tree of Souls to the supposed place Elias achieved immortality, we begin our trek to the eastern shore, catching up with Lorith and Nerel as they make camp in a sheltered overhang discussing.
Rothma's prophecy spoke of a serpent, right? If Elias knew that too, maybe he came looking for it. Did he ever tell you what he was planning?
No. By that point, he wasn't my student anymore.
What happened?
Yes, Nerel's right. It's time you told us what happened between you and Elias.
The moment Elias heard Rathma's prophecy, it poisoned him. He became obsessed with it. Prophecies are riddles. Not even the very wise can be sure of their meaning. But Elias believed he could solve it. And when I told him to wait, he called me a fool. Said we had to do whatever.
You tried to stop him?
Tried, yes, and failed. It'll be different this time. Let's find that damn coffin.
We begin our search for our coffin by the wrecks to the east, spying a mass of ships broken and deserted.
Any sign of it?
There's something at the far end of those ships.
I see it too. We'll have to cross the wreckage to reach it.
Gingerly jumping between wrecks, we're soon assaulted by the drowned. Merciless marauders. We had heard that they had thrown in their lot for whatever their sea god had promised. Contending with their quartermaster, Nerel quickly appraises.
I think I can unlock the door from the other side.
All right, go.
However, we soon hear her scheme is gone terribly wrong.
It's here! Just
Dispatching the drowned, we break through the door and find their ilk assaulting the downed girl.
Damn it, what was I thinking? Nerel,
It burns!
this is not good. Damn drowned.
My arm!
You've been infected. It's spreading. We have no time. I must remove the drowned necrosis.
I don't understand.
Laura, are you certain?
I'm certain she's dying. Hold her.
have no choice. Now hold her.
Rest now. You will be Haradrim, young one. I will not fail you. Go on ahead to the coffin. I'll look after her.
Forced to leave Lorith to tend to his new apprentice's wound, the disembodied voice of the Tree of Whispers informs in our ear.
Close. You're getting close. The edge of our sight. The limit of our knowledge. You see the way, don't you? Inside is the thing Elias hides. The source of his immortality.
Fear not this cradle. Colder breaths than this await you yet, traveler.
Washed up inside the temple, we find we are miraculously unscathed and see an image of the necromantic serpent Trag'Oul on the floor, and an echo of Elias bars our path.
Elias's presence still taints this place.
Disgusted at the thought that this once temple of our order has been tainted by the power-mad Pale Man, we resolve to find his secrets and quell his immortality for good. Among the many scrolls and tombs of knowledge, linger disturbed dead, rotting putrid remains that serve as sentinels for the forbidden knowledge therein. To the northeast, we see another spectre of Elias, produced by the temple to aid us, the true followers of Rathma, in putting down this heretic.
Every tome, every scroll, every book in this temple produces the same answer. The only being willing to stand against the eternal conflict, against the prime evils, was Lilith.
The day I'm done with this self-righteous bastard will be a great one.
To the east, we discover another echo of Elias as he pilfers the many scrolls in the library.
Lilith, the mother of sanctuary. She made us to be strong and was sealed away to weaken us. The daughter of hatred. I cannot say that there is good in her. Morality is the privilege of people in better situations. We are beyond the question of good or evil. But the question remains, what will she do to us if I summon her? When I summon her? I must prepare myself for anything. Rathma kept the means of attaining immortality here. Once I have mastered it, I will go and bring the mother home.
So it's true. Rathma did discover the key to immortality. We can only hope he had surreptitiously achieved it before his final meeting with his father. And to the north, the last echo is stumbled upon.
When the Mother of Sanctuary re-enters her world, it will change. But in the end, we will remain. We will survive. Rathma writes that when Inarius discovered Lilith's plan to overthrow the so-called natural order, he sealed her away. For thousands of years, Lilith has sought to elevate us out of this cycle, has fought to secure us our birthright, Sanctuary.
The secret of Elias's immortality must be deeper within.
It's in the deepest recess of the temple. We find a shrine, and Elias's secret to immortality is laid bare.
Well. Elias's finger. He bound his life essence to a piece of himself. Clever.
Pocketing the finger, the temple immediately betrays us, filling with water, and we declare,
I'm not going to die here.
Awakening at the sheltered overhang, we're relieved to see Lorith sitting by an unconscious Nayrel and want to know, how is she?
Still resting, but her fever is broken. I think she'll be all right. The road that comes after, though, we shall have to see.
Here's hoping. How did I get here?
I found you drifting in a coffin, clutching a severed finger. What happened?
I'm not sure. The temple began to sink, and I thought I'd drowned.
Temple. So the coffin was a gateway. What of Elias's immortality?
He's stored his life essence in a piece of himself.
Burn it.
Without hesitation, we toss the decrepit digit in the fire.
Good. Let us end this then, once and for all. Let me end what I began. No one else is going to get hurt because of my choices.
No, it wasn't a dream. My arm, it's really gone.
You'll get through this.
You're going to leave me, aren't you? You'll find a place where I can be taken care of.
Do you want to be left behind?
No! I just don't want to be a burden.
Then we won't leave you.
It never crossed my mind. No more time to rest. You should check on Donan. We'll meet you at the Zakarum Keep later.
On the precipice of ending Elias's demented charade, we portal back to Rakat's ruined keep, immediately hearing the bickering of the older Herodrim.
You look tired, old man. Even for you. I can manage the ritual.
If you could do it alone, it would have been done.
We then ask Nayrel, how are you managing?
The fever has broken, at least. Now it's just my hand. My arm. Throbbing. Lorath promises it will get better. Hard to believe at the moment.
Consulting the witch, we query. Thaisa, why have you come?
So much has been made of these Horadric arts. I decided to see for myself.
And we ask of Lorith, will you be joining the ritual too?
I will, unfortunately. And Nerel must also. Donan might have finally got his head on straight, but the Soul Stone is our only weapon against Lilith. I will leave nothing to chance.
And lastly, Donan, are we ready for this?
Speaking for myself, yes, I believe I am. Ready to attune the Soul Stone, at least. As for what comes after, capturing Lilith, keeping her bound in the stone, we know how that's gone in the past. I have to believe it is up to us now. Not to the prophecy, Inarius, or anyone else.
Entering the black tomb of Sankar for the second time, Donan rightly shudders.
Something is wrong here.
Nothing right about this place. Best do this quickly.
With everyone in place, surrounding the sarcophagus for the ritual, we inquire. We're all here. What happens now?
Right, Lorat. We will inscribe the 6 sigils of Dendas in order, then...
Follow with the second and fourth reversed.
Oh, it's nice to see you agree on something.
Focus. Let us begin.
Creation dan tenis beri dis tom hiklimon.
There. Do you feel that?
What is it, witch?
Someone is coming. It's Elias.
He's here. We have to...
Loris, don't you dare leave!
I'll kill him myself.
Thaisa races headlong into the foul undercrypts. As we trail behind, finding Elias waiting for us, as Thaisa threatens.
The tree demands that you pay. And so do I.
I will set your tree afire and cast your corpse upon the flames. I owe no one but the mother.
We find ourselves again in a bloody brawl with the Pale Man, who summons succubi to his side and hurls blood magics with devastating ease. Blood magics he no doubt stole from our order in the sunken temple. Enraged, we answer his blood waves with our own torrent, and he stumbles back in surprise.
How many times must we do this before you learn? My life is not yours to claim.
I have been to the deepest chambers of the sunken temple, Elias. You have no secrets from me.
Although Elias escaped momentarily, we know he cannot get far wounded and without his secret weapon. Hoping to intercept him, we find Thaisa standing firm in the plague marsh, calling out.
I am here!
We then query, where is Elias?
I lost him in the tunnels, but the swamp has him now. Horadrim, we were about to finish without you.
He's still alive. Where is he?
At the end of his bloody trail. This way.
Following the blood trail, we intercept a fatigued Elias, resting on a rock, no doubt due to blood loss.
Thaisa, I need to speak with him.
Then do so, Horadrim.
Lorath.
Was all this worth it then? Truly?
I brought Lilith to Sanctuary, a thing no one thought possible. And when hell rises to sweep across this world, I should be there beside her, ready to push it back. You left me alone to cross the lines you would dare not attempt, and you have nothing to show for it. You are nothing but a wasted life. Do not look to forgive me, old man, because it is you who brought us here. Was it worth it? That is a coward's question, Lorath. It suits you.
Elias of Aronok.
Oh, spare me.
Of your own free will, you swore an oath to the Tree of Whispers.
This is not the life I deserve.
The tree does not forget oaths, and it does not forgive debts. It is time to let go.
Shocked at the events, we return to Thaisa asking, what happens now Elias just lost his head?
I hear laughter on the wind. Elias's head hangs from the Tree of Whispers, and your soul stone is attuned. This is where I leave you.
Leaving? We go to face Lilith. I had hoped you would join us.
I know the weight of your reasons, but Lilith remains your concern. Mine lies elsewhere.
This is farewell, then. And thank you for the tea.
Take care of yourself, Donan.
She called me by my name. Lorath won't believe. Where is he?
I've not seen him since Elias spent his last words calling him a coward.
And to prove his courage, he what? Rode to face Lilith alone?
Elias never told us where to find her.
But his head is on the Tree of Whispers, so the tree knows where Lilith is going. Lorath could ask, but he'll have to pay the price.
What price?
The same Elias paid. Eternity on the tree.
Brother, no. Get to the tree now. Stop him!
Chasing down the foolish Lorath, we indeed find him at the treacherous tree and exhale. Lorath, what have you done?
Lilith has been 2 steps ahead of us for far too long. The tree knew where to find her. I asked. Its answer was worth the price.
Worth the price? You owe the tree your head. The day you die, you'll be taken to hang here with the others.
And what? Did I need your permission? It's done. Put it aside. While we stand here in the mud, Lilith is on her way to absorb Mephisto's power. She has found a gateway to hell, and she approaches with the key.
Where is the gate, brother?
Under Chaldean.
Surely there will be some resistance.
None. The fools welcomed her in. It is up to us to stop her and imprison her in the Soul Stone. This is all that matters.
And if Lilith has already passed through the gate?
We follow her into hell. I will do everything in my power to get us there.
The four of us alone? This is lunacy.
Not lunacy, child. Duty. We will meet in Tesseract to prepare. Pray we are not too late. A strange thing, knowing where you'll go when you die. One less damn mystery to worry about, at least. Did I make the right choice? I did what I had to. We needed answers and we got them. Lilith was poised to storm the very gates of hell. Astaroth and the deal, Rathma and the key, it had all been leading to this. But what we didn't know was that while we were lost in the swamp, Inarius and the Cathedral were launching a campaign to strike at Lilith. Their battle would leave the world a wasteland. And whoever won would show no mercy to what was left. Our only hope was to reach Lilith before Inarius. But we couldn't have predicted what happened next.